If you're watching this video, your friends probably have no respect for you, and it's not because you don't have enough charisma or you're not funny enough, it's literally because you can't juggle 3 balls. So that's why in this video, I'm gonna show you how, because it's probably a lot easier than you think.
And by the way, in case you don't already know me, my name is Fly Juggler Bennett Santor. I've been juggling for over a decade, I'm an international juggling champion, I've juggled 9 balls, and now I get to teach juggling to hundreds of thousands of people like you guys through my social media presence. Anyways, back to the video.
First of all, if you're at home and you don't know what to use, you have a couple options even if you don't have juggling balls. First thing that could work is tennis balls or baseballs. These aren't optimal. It's going to be a little harder to catch and they're going to roll around your floor when you drop them, but they can work. If you don't have that, you can also just take a sock and ball it up until it's semi in the shape of a ball, and you can use this, although it will be very light, which also will make juggling harder to learn. And if you want to use something a little more professional, I offer these awesome juggling balls at flyjuggling.com. I'll leave that in the description. They're great juggling balls. These are the ones that I use and I love them. But once you've found what you want to juggle, you can start with literally just 1 ball. I'm going to be using these multicolored balls just so everything is easy for you guys to track. So all you're going to do is you're going to take this 1 ball and start throwing it back and forth like so. First thing you'll notice is I'm scooping my hands towards the center. That's really important because if you don't do that motion, you're probably going to have a collision when you're juggling 3. And the second thing is I'm throwing it about head height, so around here or a little bit taller than the height of my head. You want to make sure you're keeping your hands down and not raising it up to catch it. Trust me, gravity will do the work for you if you just keep your hands down here. And once you get pretty comfortable with that, you can start throwing claps in to represent the timing that you're going to need when you're juggling 2 or 3 balls. So it'll look like this. And you can literally just go for however many claps you can do. Like that. So once that feels comfortable, you can get your second ball. So I know you're gonna have the instinct to throw it in a circle like this, but you don't wanna do that. Instead, you wanna imagine you have a box in front of you and you're trying to hit the corners of that box. So you throw the first ball to the first corner, and once it hits that corner, you throw the other ball to the other corner. So it'll look like this. Throw, throw, catch, catch. And you'll see right when that first ball hits that corner, the second ball goes to the other corner. So again, throw, throw, catch, catch. For now, you can just start with your dominant hand, but eventually we'll try the other side. And you want to make sure you're not throwing them at the same time either. A lot of people do this sort of thing. That's no good for 3. So once you're comfortable with your dominant side, then you can go to your non-dominant side and start from that side. So throw, throw, catch, catch from my left, and then throw, throw, catch, catch from my right. And just keep swapping between them until this gets very comfortable. And once that's comfortable, you'll now notice this. When you do the throw, throw, catch, catch, that third hand is empty for a second. So 1, 2, 3. See how I can wave that third time slot around and that hand is kind of empty? That's where the third ball will be. So you can even imagine going 1, 2, and then doing a fake throw with the third ball. So like 1, 2, 3. Except that third ball is not in your hand yet. But okay, once that feels fully comfortable, it's time to get the third ball. So you can start by putting 2 in your dominant hand and 1 in your non-dominant hand. And you're gonna start the same way you just did with 2. So I'll start by throwing this one first. So you'll start with throw, throw, catch, catch. But now it's the same exact concept we did with 2, how before the first ball lands, you throw the second ball. Now before the second ball lands, you throw the third ball. So it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3. Stop. And I know that's gonna feel super uncomfortable and you're probably gonna be pretty hesitant when you're trying to throw that third ball out. So you can literally focus on just not even catching them and going 1, 2, 3, and just throwing the third ball and not even worrying about catching it. And then after enough of that, then you should be ready to go 1, 2, 3 and try to get the catch. And so you can keep going for 1, 2, 3, and once that becomes comfortable, try to go for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then keep going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then eventually you should be able to land 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And congratulations, you are now a qualified juggler. If you can do 6 catches with 3 balls, that qualifies you as a 3-ball juggler. So once you hit that, then it's just a matter of going for as long of runs with 3 as you can. And just seeing how long you can go before you drop. Eventually, it'll get really natural and you'll be able to just sort of run the pattern without really thinking about it. But along the way, there's a couple common mistakes that I usually see, so let's address those common mistakes now. So the first thing I see people do that's a problem a lot is raising their arms up. So they're juggling 3 and they bring it up to here, and then before you know it, the pattern ends. You wanna try your very hardest to keep your arms down and let the ball do the work. So make sure the ball's coming down to you and you're not raising your hands up. I know it's kind of instinct, but try to do that. The second thing is people often throw each ball in front of each other. So if I turn to my side, they'll either throw like that, or they'll throw like this, And you really don't want to do that with juggling, because what will happen is you'll throw in front, and then to correct, you'll end up walking forward. And before you know it, the only way you can juggle 3 balls is by sprinting a marathon while trying to juggle. And so you can address that in 2 ways. One, you want to really make sure you're doing that scooping motion like I said. If you don't do that scooping motion, there's going to be a collision, and you'll probably naturally just throw the other ball in front so that they don't collide. But realistically, we want to keep everything in the same plane. We don't want one ball to be in front of the other like that. And then the second thing that might help is do higher throws. If you feel really rushed, like the ball is coming down really quickly, you'll probably just instinctually throw it in front of the other one to get it out of your hands without a collision. But if you throw it a little bit higher, you'll have more time. And I want you to remember with 3, you have more time than it really feels like you do. Like when you throw that ball up, you feel like you need to instantly throw it. You don't. You can wait for it to come down closer before you do this swap. And if you continue to walk forward, I would recommend juggling in front of something. So go in front of a bed or in front of a sofa so that you literally cannot walk forward while juggling. And pro tip with that as well, if you juggle in front of your bed or your sofa, then every time you drop, you won't have to bend down to pick it up. You can just take it right off your bed. That should help you. That's a secret tip though, don't tell anyone about that. And if you're really starting to get the hang of the 3-ball juggling pattern and you want to get more comfortable with it, I have a community where I teach you guys exactly how to do all of this sort of helpful stuff to get you more comfortable and better at juggling. And if you want to join that, it'll be the first link in the description. It's just for people who want that extra touch of personalized help. But thanks so much for watching. And if you want some more videos on different tricks you can do with 3 balls, I'm going to be coming out with a bunch more. So subscribe and look out for all of that. Peace. Tap like who I am. Shit can get dangerous, ride with the blam. Shit can get dangerous, shit can get